This is the last time I'm posting in there. Get that all fixed. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. What the heck is going on? What is that? Okay, that's just weird. That's popping up. I'm looking at my stuff on Twitch, and I'm going, "What the heck is this crap?" Okay. That was weird. Okay. So I've done a new ad thing. Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool. All right. We'll see how that. Hey Jay, how you doing, sweetie? I normally wait about 5 minutes because I do my bullet journal. I don't know if you've ever done a bullet journal, but this is my little craziness of bullet journaling. Some people do minimalist. I like to create stuff because, well, I'm the type of person I don't care for, as you see. I do crazy stuff because I don't do the minimal. I can't do it. So, if you have any questions about bullet journals, let me know. I'll answer them the best I know how. Um, but pretty much, you cannot do wrong with a bullet journal. It's basically a planner. So this month I have been trying to do lovely St. Patty's kind of thing. So I think this one I will do pots. That's what I'm guessing. So yeah, I like to art in mine. As you know, Andy, she does a bullet journal, but hers is very minimalistic. Do you organize palettes? Depends on the palette. What palettes are you referring to? When it comes to watercolors, I use White Nights, and it's in a palette, and I use Van Gogh, which is also in a palette, but I do have some tubes that I need to do. My warm colors. Uh, I've honestly never done that yet. I need to, so I know what warms and cools are. I'm still learning. As I like to say, I still play, I still do things. When it comes to acrylics, no. uh, but no, I just have fun. It's like uh, uh, I use for this. I use my combos that are already here. So this is basically combos. I have all of them. Yeah, so I basically just it's whatever I feel. Like I said, it comes like okay. This was the first time I'd ever started this. And what I do is either when it comes to these I'm either using this right now. I'm using this one, but I've also used this one as markers every day. But when it comes to certain things, like this was one that someone said, "Hey, how about doing an ocean theme?" And so that's what I did. Those are my fun little things. Uh, did stars, apples? Yeah, I love Tombos. I will recommend Tombos to anybody. Um, they're water based. You don't have to worry about it. This is right now their whole collection of their Tombow based. You got the tip there, and then you got the fine tip there. So yes, I love my water. Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. You can't. Huh. They don't ship them there? I don't know if you get Amazon or anything like that. So because Amazon's always got stuff like that. But yeah. I'm sorry, sweetie. But yeah, I love doing this. I did for Christmas. I did Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm so sorry, sweetie. That sucks. uh, but yeah, I wait 5 minutes, which my 5 minutes is up. I'm surprised my cat hasn't shown up. Romeo also loves showing up for this stuff, so bear witness. I will have a black cat who is basically this guy here. He's my emotes. Most of my emotes is my cat. Because he shows up for everything. Which he must be sleeping. Yep, he's sleeping. He's decided he's going to sleep. So, yeah. Normally, he's right here going, "Hi, I'm here. You came to see me, right?" That's my cat. I will warn you, in 25 minutes, you will be getting a ad since you are not a subscriber. Fair warning. But I have reduced it. Yeah, that's basically it. Oh, he heard me talking. Oh, wait, no, no. Are you going out? Do you want out? Well, I have someone here. He's debating. He's like, I don't know. You gonna come up and say hi? No. Well, okay. You coming up? Okay, we'll come up. Well, that didn't work, did it? 1, 2, 3. There you go. See? There's our room. There's my roomy room. And yes, he does love the camera. He is a camera hog. Aren't you? He's so sweet. He's silly as hell, but he's sweet. Mm-hmm. So yeah. All right. So you're gonna sit here while, because you know I can't draw. That's the other downside. He knows. Really? What's wrong with the one? You? Yeah, this one happened to be a stray where we lived. One of the places we rented here. And normally the strays wouldn't come near us. He, on the other hand, was going, "Nah, I'm cool with you." Oh, that's cool. So yeah, Roro is one of a kind. I screwed up last time I talked about Roro. I said he was gonna be 10 this year. I was wrong. He's 8 and he'll be 9 in December. Oops. So yeah. Yes, I see you. Everybody sees you. So, all right. So, can I get a hug? He hates hugs, by the way. Oh. All right. Give me a second. He also doesn't like closed doors. And I don't know who sheds worse, me or him. Let's see here. Okay. Right, there's those. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. Mikey, how you doing, sweetie? Did you see how far I got with your surprise box? I don't know if you saw it on Insta or not. Well, it did pretty good. It's, that might be the first latch hook kit I've done. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. By the way, Jay, this is the latch hook that I'm working on. Sorry, let me show you it this way. Okay, that's the latch hook I'm working on because she sent me a mystery box. So far, this is as far as I've gotten. So I did about 9 rows. For a starter, that's pretty good. So yeah. So this is what I work on Thursday nights. So there you go. Ah. A tool like this and yarn. When I say yarn, here we go. This and strips of yarn like so. So here's the thing, and here's the yarn. That's how. Yeah. So I got pretty good. I got pretty far. So we'll be back at this on Thursday night. I don't know what time zone you're in, Jay, but I'm in Eastern. So I go on at 6 p.m. Eastern on Thursday nights. So that is what I'll be working on Thursday night. Fun. It's midday for you? What time zone are you in? Exactly. See, I don't know what time zone. I'm guessing we're in. They go straight down. I'm not even sure. Just be all honest. I'm like, that's a good question. So you're in Pacific? Because that would be 3 p.m. Pacific time. Hmm. What time is it right now for you? Because I don't recognize that. Okay, so you are right now. Okay, so you're 2 hours behind me right now. Unless you haven't done daylight savings time. I don't even know if you guys do daylight savings time. So if I'm on at 6, it would be 4 your time. And that's if you do the daylight savings time. Right now it's confusing poor Andy. Okay. So Mikey, how are you doing? How's your day been so far? Hmm. Good. Good, good, good. How's Patty doing? Getting spoiled? Um, you know, let's do something crazy. Totally spoiled. Oh, Patty's a he or she. I thought it was a her. I thought it was a he. Whoops. All this time I'm thinking Patty's a he. I kept saying he last time. You never corrected me. Oops. Silly me. I don't know why I thought Patty was a he. Probably because of Patty. Wasn't thinking it as a she name. That's on me. Okay. Okay. I'm sitting there going, have I lost my mind? That wouldn't be too hard, by the way. Hi, Roro. Okay. All right. Okay. Not that for a minute. I was like, okay, I'm losing it then. Don't you mess up that painting. So according to the way I'm gonna go, okay, for so far with my streams, okay, Sundays will be always bullet journal. Which, by the way, next week I have to not only do the weekly setup, but I've got to do a monthly setup. So I'm like, oh boy, this is gonna be fun. So I got to set up for April as well. That's okay, Mikey. I ended up screwing up saying that Romeo would be 10 the end of this year. He'll be 9. He's 8 right now. He's still a senior citizen, but he's going to be 8. Hmm, interesting. So I don't feel so bad. Okay, there we go. A little tight, but it works. So I've gotten back into reading, and I have an audiobook and a book that I'm doing. I got the second book in the series, and I'm not far in. Not too bad. I think it's been 3 days reading this. I think. Oh, oh boy. You should, if you hit my Patreon, Mikey, you will be getting early access video for this whole. There's one for every day this week. I became very busy. Oops. All right, so let's do. Let's see here. What else? Is there anything else I forgot? No. Good. All right. So that'll be open for everything else. Okay. All right. So let's pick this one. Taking this 21st yet. Hey, you got any suggestions for April setup? Mikey? Ad will be coming on in about 5 minutes. Heads up for everybody. Okay. These seconds, right this second. Okay. Well, I have to give you kudos. You came up with this one, so I did show that to Jay. Okay. Doctor's appointment this day. All right, so Andy will be on 6:30 these days. And then after this week, I don't know, Mikey, if you watch Andy, but after this week, they will be going to daylight savings time this day. So we'll be back to 5:30 after this week's over. Okay. I don't know if Galena's going to stream or not. That's still up on the date. So I'm not sure. All right. Hmm. Don't know. Leave that open. Okay. Anything else that I need to know about this week? Other than my doctor's appointment. Oh, that's going to be a busy day. This is going to be a busy day. Because we have to go to another town for Mary's banking. So much fun, so little time. All right. Okay. All right. Not that one. What about ladybugs? Just ladybugs for that? Or should I try stickers? I don't know. I managed to get this at Books a Million. That's the word I'm looking for. And it's a sticker book. April being, well, actually today is the first day of spring, by the way. Hey, Gail. How you doing, sweetie? By the way, love the gift. I got a package from Gail. Mary loved her part. We're trying to figure out about April. Yeah, this is a sticker book. I happened to get this at Books a Million, believe it or not. And it was in the bargain area. I'm like, yeah, okay, grab it. That was a no-brainer right there. We have some butterflies. There's a needle. There's a ladybug. We're trying to figure out what to do. Mario, kill me. What to do for April, for the month of April, because next week I will be doing the setup for April as well. Week 13 and the setup for April. Ooh, that's pretty. That's Cute. Okay. And Mikey suggested ladybugs. I just couldn't see doing just ladybugs. Ooh, love this. Go figure. Hmm. So we were trying to figure out what, and I just happened to see the sticker book now. Look at it. Excuse me just a minute. All right. So the ad rolls is about 20 minutes. Okay. Okay. I know we agreed that I do a minute and a half for the ads, and then I found that the pre-roll was ridiculous because it didn't matter. Dragonflies, hummingbirds, etc. Yeah, we were trying to figure out what we would do for April. This one was kind of a St. Patty's kind of deal, where I did, coins, the hats, the shamrocks, pots. So I was trying to figure out what should we do for that. Today is also the first day of spring. And for those of you who celebrate spring equinox, I showed Mikey how far I got with the latch hook kit. She was impressed. So I'll be doing that on Thursdays. Let's see here. Gail, I will tell you the same thing I just told Mikey. This week you will have a lot of early access videos because there's going to be a video out every day this week on my YouTube channel. Surprise, surprise. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do because April will start here. April's setup will be here. The next week will be here because majority of the week here is in March. So I'll be keeping it with March. And then, yeah. So I'm, yeah. Yeah. This whole week you're going to get a video. One of my subscriptions, there was a problem. I contacted them because, I'm like, I'm used to this, but this is what I got. And they said, oh, there was a screw up and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, so I couldn't film that one. Though I think you'll get a kick out of one of the subscriptions I got, but you're going to go, what the hell? So. Let me get my hair up. I'm also thinking of chopping my hair. Oh, 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 there we go. Let's do the healing mantra for this week. Yeah, it's gonna be a busy week. I'm trying to get the videos out like at 10 p.m. and you get the whole day the next day, and then the video will come out the day after that. So I'm trying to get it up. Let's say if it's a Tuesday video, tonight you would come out. I would be live on Patreon at 10 p.m. Eastern time here. It would pop up because I've got it scheduled for that. And then you have 10 p.m. through the whole day that day. And then, so. Okay. Invoking self-realization. Each breath confirms how awake I already am. Okay, that's an interesting one. All right. Okay. And Romeo's fur's all over me. All right. Let's use this color. There we go. There is the healing mantra for the week. Okay. So we have more. Let's see here. Let's have some fun. Gail will recognize this because this came with it. I managed to get my stuff without any problems. My wax seal came off with no problems. I was happy. So we have, all right. Ladybug. Poor Mary, the wax seal kind of burnt through several ones. Mine only had the first one where the seal was on. Okay, ladybugs. Should we do like ladybugs, butterflies, dragonflies? We could do stickers of those. What do you think about that, Mikey? Is, you know, not just ladybugs, but um, um butterflies, dragonflies. Oops. Anything else that we could think of that's kind of like a spring kind of insect? I would say that. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Let's see how this works. Anyway. Yeah, I'm really getting into reading, so it's going to be interesting. All right, so yeah. Okay, that was weird. Okay. No, we want something pretty nut. Don't we put that in my bullet journal? Okay, so we have that week 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we have 4 weeks. For shame, for shame. Okay, ladybugs, butterflies, dragonflies. Anything else we can think of? I don't want to do birds. They're more like the insects. So, good question. Ah, dang it. So I am going to have to go back to 1 minute and 30 seconds. Because it's not long enough. I hate when that happens. All right, so let's see here. We have let's see here. Da, 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 da. Let's see, we have dot dot dot. My brain isn't letting me come up with. Oh, fireflies. That is a good idea. That's something you haven't seen in a while. Yeah, and that's, that's what you normally grab during spring, summer. Thank you. Lightning bugs, fireflies, whatever you want to call it. There we go. All right, so we got 4 items that we can do for the week. Yay. All right, that'll be something different. That'll be for April. I can maybe look for some stickers. Okay, there we go. All right. So this is week 13? No, week 12, isn't it? Wait, 12. Let's not jump. Oh, by the way, Gail, I screwed up Romeo's age. He's not going to be 10 this year. He's going to be 9 this year. He's 8 right now. I don't know why I try to jump him up in age, but he's still a senior. So, yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to go back to the minute and 30 seconds when it comes to the ads. Sorry, gang. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. All right. So, this is the final week that Andy will be on at 6:30 my time because they do their daylight savings on Sunday, this coming Sunday. So they will be finally 5 hours back to being 5 hours ahead of us. Surprise, surprise. So it looks like I have to go back to the minute and 30 seconds. Very sorry, folks who are lurking, and you're going to get an ad. Because I thought maybe if I just did a minute, because the minute and 30 seconds seemed to be too long. It's not working now, so looks like I'm going to have to do that, which sucks. So that's going to change, and I do apologize. All right. My idea is on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. I'm going to be working on an art project. I'm still working on the big and small, which is, let me see here. Let's see if I can find my artwork. So, okay, might as well go to budget here. Which is the right. Okay, here we go. So I can pull that up and you can see what's going on. Here it is. So I'll be working on that on Tuesday. I'm going to try to finish up the elephant. Oh, yeah, fireflies are always fun to catch, you know. Of course, as a kid, you don't know any better, so yeah. So I'm hoping to finish up this part, which is the elephant. I'm pretty sure I'm done with this part of the trunk. I just need to finish up this part. So, that's what I will be working on Tuesday. I don't know if I'll be doing the bird as well. I've got to retape it down because the purple tape sucks. Yeah, it's not completed yet. It's still being worked on. So that's going to be interesting. I still got things to do with the elephant, the eye, and everything else. So that still needs to be worked on. That's where I had stopped when on that day. So, and then Thursdays, I'll be working on this puppy. This is as far as I got. This is from the mystery thing. Don't worry about it. This is where I've got from the latch hook, the mystery box from Mikey. So this is gone. So I'll start back on this on Thursday night and keep going. It's okay, Gail. So that's what we're doing so far. So that there is next. That's on Thursday nights. And of course, bullet journal Sundays. Actually, once you get into a groove of it, well, here's what it's going to look like. Hey, Andy, how you doing, sweetheart? We were just talking about things. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go back to the hour and 30 minutes. Excuse me, minute and 30 seconds for ads. No worry, no problems, Gail. Because I am going to be, yeah. It didn't do a long preload. From Walkies. How is Boo? Oh, you missed Jay. Jay was here at the beginning of the stream. What? Oh, we figured out what we're going to do for April. Ladybugs, butterflies, dragonflies, and fireflies. Yeah. Andy, this week up until okay, you'll be on for me 6:30 on Friday and Saturday, but Sunday we go back to what it used to be, where there'll be a 5-hour difference between us now, since you go to your spring forward on Sunday this coming week. So I will be on, let's see here, I go on at 3, you have 7 o'clock on Tuesday. Thursday, it's 10 o'clock your time. But when it comes to this day, on Sunday, the next bullet journal, and I'm doing the monthly setup, it will be back to what it used to be, which is, let's see here, I go on at 2:30, so it would be, I love how I can't work. Oh, there it is. Hey, Andy, do me a favor. You hosting me by any chance? Will you host me? I want to check something. I don't see it either, but I just seen your thing here, which is screwy. Let me know when you host. I'm going to check something. Don't just host. So I want to see something. I think something we can figure out when you're being hosted. You can verify or not. Hopefully it's working. I don't know. I'm about to find out. Just did. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to see. Huh. Okay, that didn't say anything. Okay, that's interesting. All right, so Nope. I thought maybe because I just found something that was telling me that, oh, it's just this little thing that says, hold on, let me get it clicked out of here. Here we go. It says, hosting you. And I thought maybe if I opened it, it would show me who's hosting, if anybody. And it just didn't. But I will write you down because you said you're hosting. And I believe you. So, because you wouldn't lie to me. I thought maybe that would help out us when we have people who said they're hosting and we can see you're not being hosted on any other channel at this time. So, okay. Well, that answered that question. So, I was just talking about Tuesdays I'm going to do arts. And oh, I gotta go see. I gotta see my boo boo. Yeah, I know. Well, okay. Here's the thing, Gail. This is Twitch's idea. This is what we found out. The reason why you will not see hosting pop up is because Twitch has figured out what they would do is the only way it gets notified if you're being hosted. In other words, it pops up. Let me test you a widget so you can see what I'm talking about. When this pops up, is being hosted, okay? It has to have 3 or more people to pop up. I turned around. When we found this out, we found out from Sophia, who found out from another streamer, that the only reason why we're not seeing the host anymore popping up is because they're saying that you have to have 3 or more people watching the host. I told her, I said, that's a raid. That's not a host. Most people, when they host, it's just themselves. Yeah, I know. So we found out and we were like, what? That's when I said, that's a raid, not a host. Oh, there's old Boo. There's Boo. Boo's such a sweetie. She's like, Mama. So, yeah, that's what it is. I almost died when I found out. I was like, are you kidding me? I turned around and said, that's a raid. That's not a host. Because most people do not have, yeah. Yeah. Bye bye. But yeah, so I guess so. She's tired. So what I'm going to do is on Tuesday, I will be working on the elephant. I'm going to have to retape because this tape is coming apart, coming off the paper. So I'm going to have to redo this down. And I still have to finish the elephant in this picture. So this is what I'll be working on Tuesday, which for Andy will be 4 hours long. So it's 7 p.m. my time, your time, 7 p.m. your time. So on Tuesday, that's when I'll start working that. So I'll be working this elephant. I've got some tapes. Where's a little? I got the duck one, which is this one. I've got the really nice one that I got from my oil paint class. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna tape it down again. It's just acrylic, so I'm just gonna tape down this one on a board, maybe just the same board. I don't know yet. And have this one off because I'm pretty sure that I'm done with this part. Okay. I'll have to check it out. But this one here, I think I'm done with the. Yeah, I got you, Andy. I got the trunk done on this side, so I just need to finish up here and here, and the tusk, And of course the eye, and do as much as I can over there, maybe even over here. But I've still got to work on the elephant. The elephant, we did the background. I did the background, watercolored it to death. And then, which surprisingly had not peeled. I was happy. So this is going to be done here. And then on Thursday night, I go back to this, which is this puppy right here. So I'll be working on this on Thursdays, trying to make it a maker crafter on Thursdays. A painting on, an art thing on Tuesdays. So, and of course, Sundays is always the bullet journal. So, do you guys have any suggestions, comments? What would you like to see? I'm curious. I try to come up with some ideas, Andy, on what I wanted to draw and what mediums I would like to play with. A master study. Yeah, but I gotta first, well, what I'll be doing is I'll be doing the prompts. I haven't came down with the stuff yet. I've made a list, basically. Let's see here. Give me a second, because depending on when I finish it, okay, that's what it comes down to, is when I finish it. The next one is bright and dark for the prompt, for the Yin Yang Art Challenge. So if I don't finish the Yin Yang Art Challenge on these next 2 Tuesdays, I will probably end up, or if I finish it on a Tuesday, I'll end up working on the April prompt, which I'm sitting here going, bright and dark. Oh, fun. What was I thinking? I'm like, I am gonna ask for some stuff, ain't I? So this would be interesting. But I did write down a list of things that I would like to learn to draw. Threw some ideas out, and then started with different mediums that I would also like to work. And the mediums are not digital. As much as I would love to do digital, I just don't know how I feel. I gotta find unfortunately I have to find a free one, and I'm not that great with it. I did okay with the icon, our Discord icon, my Discord icon. So that was pretty good. I was happy with it. I was thrilled. But yeah. So hopefully, I will get that into play. I have a few things down. Of course, dragons. Let me see here. I have the list right here. Drawing ideas, dragons, faces, nature, creatures, animals, buildings, monsters. Creatures and monsters could be the same thing, if you think about it. You have not popped up yet, and yet you have the star right next to your name. Go figure. I love how Twitch is working. Yeah. I guess it depends on which monsters you pick, It's like you said, I enjoyed making the creatures for Creature God. That was fun, just to try things. Come up with ideas. You're going to kill me when I tell you how much mediums I've got down. I've got pencil, charcoal, acrylic, watercolor, pastel, alcohol markers, color pencils, mixed media, markers. I never said when I sub. Yeah, I noticed that you didn't have one, and then all of a sudden you have one. You were without a sub, and now you've got a star next to your name. Go freaking figure. So I know you subbed to me. Go figure. Weirdest thing ever. But I do know, because I thought maybe that, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. It's just start, but it was just just ideas I threw out. Yeah, it ran out yesterday. Um, yeah, because it hasn't updated. I'm like, and I see that you got that. So I was like, okay. Weird. So yeah, the pre-roll isn't long enough to stop a pre-roll, so it sucks. I have to go back to the minute and 30 seconds, which sucks. Oh well. But yeah, I'm going to next week. We will be back to where Andy will be seeing me at. Let's see here. I go on at 2:30, and I came on today at 6:30 your time. Next week it'll be back to 7:30 your time, since that's when you go your hour ahead. So no, I just threw out some. It was ideas and studies. Okay, it was just throwing out stuff like, what would I like to work with? What would I like to, just, because I'm already working with watercolor. I'm already working with pencil. I've worked with alcohol markers. I have worked with acrylic. Charcoal, I have not. So interesting. And I was trying to do, my mind was just thinking of my art mediums, not, oh, this is, it's a slow process. I mean, one of my notebooks that I finally finished, was it last year? And it was all pencil work because I had those pencils that I finally was using, and everybody was giving me ideas and I was doing it. So yeah, it was just something, it was just to get it out of my head and, okay, what would I like to learn? Yeah, and see, that's something I was like, charcoal. Charcoal might be interesting. Okay, charcoal. And I never thought about it, but I'm sitting there going, okay, I started writing down stuff, going, okay, what would I like to play with? There is a thing that I'm getting, and I don't know if it's live yet, but and yeah, it would help with the oil course. I think the oil course would help with the painting, so it's like a both. So I'm hoping that that works out. Um, Gail, are you still here? I don't know if Mikey's still hanging around. Um, yeah, I'd like to pick your brain a little bit, Andy, on some artworks and things like that. That's why I was asking you questions yesterday, because I was like, I don't know where to go. I mean, hold on. I don't think I would have done this had I not been doing, which is this painting here, which I kept saying was a secret. Oh, she's gone. Okay. Um, because it was coming from my head. This was not something that was uh I was looking at and going, okay, I'm gonna take this. This was like I kept visualizing this, seeing something in the reference of doing this, and I don't think I. Oh, be right back. Phone. Gotcha. Okay, Gail. Um, I never thought I would do something like this. This is not something that I thought I was capable of. As you well know, Andy, I know you give me hell for that, but I mean, I'm self-taught. I'm still learning. I'm still doing things. It's still different. Um, And I'm getting to the point I love doing this. This is one of my favorite things to do, is to create. I knew that I could do mixed media, I could do that. Yeah, so so yeah, and I mean, this was something I didn't know how to explain it because I wasn't looking at anything. I wasn't looking at a reference photo, nothing. This was just straight out of my head. I had just said the thing, I penciled it out. I I actually watered down the acrylics and just had certain things like the yellow here, the blue here, and the black here. And I mean, I went all the way around the painting. Okay. So for me, it was like, Mary's like, well, you really can't tell lips. And I'm just like, but this is just my head. And I know that I don't do faces very well. But it was just something in my head. And I actually fixed the nose because it was a little bit more longer than what it was and crooked. And I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted. And so, yeah, I mean, if you had told me in my earlier years that I would be doing this, I'd be telling you you're full of shit. I literally would tell you you're full of it because there's no way. I'm not talented. I'm not this. And yet, here I am. Nope, not right. I have this full book of drawings that I did just by prompts that says, yes, you are. To the point that, I'm sitting there going, I love this. Yes, it's sadistic. But there were some things like this lovely thing. I had nowhere to go. That's what I was asking, getting ideas from you about what should I do next, because it's like I said, I did so many variety of stuff from there's a pastel. Okay. I still don't know color pencils very well. Okay. Watercolor. Alcohol marker. Gouache. This is gouache. Me playing with gouache. Markers, pencils. Markers from Tombow. Markers. Some of it's alcohol, as you can tell, and some of it isn't. I think this is another gouache one. This is another gouache pencil. As much as I hate the coloring of this, you can tell what it is. But this would not, Tombows are not meant for this, as I found. But it's just different things. I think my favorite out of the color pencils is this one. That is my favorite out of the color pencils. I think that was the best one I did with the color pencils. I hated this one. I had to redo it. Well, okay. My chair decided it was going to fall. I have no idea. I think, and here's where I did the color, this one over again. Yeah, I'm fine. This is the one I did over again. Because I didn't like how this turned out. Yeah, I'm okay. It was eventually going to happen. And I did this in alcohol marker. And this was the redoing of this one. Yeah, I'm okay. I tell you, sometimes this chair does not like rolling on this carpet. So, that's the only one I really redid because I hated this. I wanted it to turn out more like this. So, all right. This one wasn't too bad with color pencils. This one wasn't too bad with colored pencils. I asked which you're better. Like I said, I'm not sure how I'm going to work on the mediums and everything. It was just something that I came up with. I think there's a drawing class coming up, and the guy has like, it's like $20, $29 a month for 12 months. And it's a drawing. Oh, let's see if I can find it. I don't know if the drawing can, if I still have it. Here we go. Drawing awesome. And it's different because, here we go. Let me pull this up. There's modules, and the first module of the first 4 weeks is graphite pencils. Rest week 5, catch up. B module is charcoal. Rest up, and that's 6 through 9. And then C is ink pens, which I never thought about. I never thought about pens. This is give me a second. Drawing awesome. It's different than other online courses. Give me 1 second. Let's see here.
Here's a quick question. Have you ever watched an online art lesson or demonstration, probably somewhere like YouTube, and thought, I could do that, that's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. The instructor's explaining everything nice and clearly, they're showing you all the different techniques that you need, and it all seems to make perfect sense. And then you go and pick up your pencil or your paintbrush, and pretty quickly you realise it's actually not that straightforward. It feels like you're doing all the same things that you've just watched, but for some reason your result is quite a bit different. It's disappointing, it's frustrating, and it can feel like you've just wasted a whole load of time. Now, if you can relate to that, you are definitely not alone, and it's actually not your fault. Because there's a big problem, in my opinion, with this new revolution of online learning. If you think about it, there are 2 parts to mastering any skill. There's the theory, so being taught and shown the right techniques, and then the second part is practicing those techniques until you've mastered them, or at least until you're really comfortable with them. Now, without part 1, that theory, the proper techniques, it's just trial and error, and you're going to go round in circles guessing what to do. But I think it's the second part, the practice element, where most online art lessons completely fail. And we all know that there is no substitute for practice. So what happens in a typical online art lesson? Well, the instructor draws or paints something and they narrate their thought processes as they're drawing or painting. That's part 1, the theory. But you get little to no guidance on what to do when that lesson's finished. So you're basically left to your own devices for figuring out how to put the demonstration into practice. Now, when I was thinking about this, I compared it to learning to play a musical instrument. So imagine for a second that you went for a piano lesson, a 1-to-1 piano lesson, and the teacher played this amazing piece of music. And as they were playing this piece of music, they described in detail what they were doing and why. Would that make you a better pianist?
No.
Of course it wouldn't. The only thing that makes you a better pianist is practice. And so that's why when you go for 1-to-1, an in-person piano lesson, or any other type of musical instrument, you will spend most of your time at the piano during the lesson. And then at the end of the lesson, the instructor will give you things to practice at home and tell you exactly how to practice them before you come back. In other words, the majority of that learning experience in the real world, away from the internet, is about you and about how you implement what you've just been shown. It's not about watching an expert doing something that they're already very good at. And I think online learning completely misses this point. Now, when I did a survey of some amateur artists, it was actually about 2,000 amateur artists, it was quite a big survey, I asked them, how do they watch and then implement online art lessons? And over 90% said pretty much the same thing. They did the following or something similar to the following. So they watched the demonstration all the way through first to get an idea of what was coming and the various stages. Then they re-watched the lesson trying to follow along in real time, so pausing the video when they needed to catch up. That is not a good use of your time. Watching a lesson twice, even if you skip through it the first time, shouldn't be necessary. Nor should you be having to figure out when to pause the video to catch up. And it all comes back to this problem with online learning. We as experts just throw a ton of information and theory at you and then just leave you to it to figure out how to then put that into practice. Draw Awesome is different. It's all about you doing the drawing. Yes, showing you the techniques is an important part of the program, but it also gives you a very specific plan for implementing those techniques. Nothing is left for you to guess or figure out. You've just got to show up with your pencil or your pen each week. Now, if you've stuck around this long, you've probably got quite a few questions about what Draw.
There you go. So that's what that is. And it has different things with the, like I said, it has different modules. It has like all these modules here. It looks like A through K. And pastel paint, the inks with watercolors, color pencils, landscapes, figures, portraits, various subjects and mediums, various subjects and mediums. And it looks like about a 55-week course where you're doing 4 weeks of work and then you're resting a week. 4 weeks of work, rest a week. 4 weeks of work, rest a week. 4 weeks of work, rest a week. Then it looks like we have catch-ups. You know, there's like, when it comes to color pencils, it's like 4 weeks and then you have 2 weeks of rest. So I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it because it's, like he said, it's $29 for 12 months. And you can download these things. Yeah. I'm thinking about it. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. It hasn't opened up per se in the I've never messed with pastel pencils. So yeah. So it should be interesting. I don't know yet. I haven't gotten that far into it. It's been giving me information. But here's some of the stuff. You've got still life, you got animals, you got landscape, urban, portraits, figures. The materials you need is like 6 mediums, which is basically graphite pencil, charcoal, ink pens, pastel pencils, ink pencils with watercolor. Yeah. But it's $167 too, a year. So here's all the information. And then they're saying, like, okay, all these modules. Okay, for module A, you need a set of graphite pencils, sketchbook, kneaded eraser or pencil eraser, pencil sharpener, and a blending stumps. Actually, I have a free. I don't have it. I'm actually do not have it. I only have free month, and once the free month's over, then that's it. If they don't give me a good deal, I'm not going to sign up. There's no point. Module B, charcoal pencil and carbon pencils. Never heard of those. Willow sticks. I've always wanted to mess with those. Crafting knife and sandpaper. Module C is the black fine liner pen ink. Pastel pencils. Right, see, I mean, yeah, because I'm like, they went up to $167 now for a year. Oh, pastel paper. This is interesting. And I'm noticing that, like on this one, Module F, you need a pad of gray paper. Yes, I will be starting that tomorrow. And then module G and beyond, it's going to be up to you. So they have a shopping list of things that they say and where to buy them. So this is interesting, you know. It's something that I've seen, you know. I was like, okay, let me hear about it and see. And it looks like they've actually got, let me see here, where was that? Okay. Let's see here. They had like it, I forget, oh, I just saw it, or at least I thought I saw it, or am I losing my mind? And then they also say that you do not have to complete a project all in one session. You can split it up in several days if you prefer. And that's something that was nice. You know, they don't tell you that you have to, you know, each drawing project requires 3 to 4 hours. That's what they're saying for each project. 3 to 4 hours. And that's something that I would have to get used to. So you know, like I said, I'm looking at it. I'm not sure if it will make it. So that's something I have to do. I don't know how I feel about that. Like I said, I asked Andy questions because I love watching Andy streams because Andy shows me things that I never thought about. It's like I was talking about this painting that I did. This was in my head, and I would have never in a million years thinking I would be able to do this. So I did a wash down. I gessoed it, number one. And then, as you see, you can see there, you see some yellow. That's because when I did the wash, I did a yellow wash here saying this is where the sky lamp is going to be. Well, even on this side. This is where the silhouette was going to be. It was in black. And this was all a light blue. It was washed down acrylics through here. I never thought about layers and things like that until I started watching Andy. So this ended up being, and yeah, it does come. It comes, you know, you sit there. Hey, Tiny, how you been? Long time no see. Heads up, I do have ads coming and it's going to be a minute. No, and it is true. I mean, I sit there and I watch you do certain things, and it's just like you just sit there and you go, okay, I need to slow down. I need. Okay, it's gonna increase to a minute and 30 seconds after the stream. I thought maybe that I could only do a minute and it would kill the pre-roll ads. Yeah, that didn't work out. So sorry, sweetie. It's gonna go up. Hi, sweet sweets. You gonna come back up and say hi to everybody? So yeah, I mean, I've been, you know, watching Andy doing certain things. You just sit there and you go, wow. You know, it's learning things that you don't think about. Bless you. It's like me doing the elephant and the bird, you know, the thing. I did a wash down on the elephant with the acrylic. I, you know, did a background, and then I did, you know, it was just like you build layers. And that's what I'm doing. So on Tuesday, okay, go ahead and lay. You want to, might as well. Everybody say hi to Romo. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, seeing Andy and seeing her, you know, being very slow, and, you know, and reminding yourself, you need to slow down. You don't have to race through stuff. And that's something that I'm learning through Andy. I'm watching her, and it's like, I enjoy watching. I might not be talking a lot at times, but that's because I'm watching her and going, okay, I understood why she marked off, and I forgot how close that other line was. But to see how many, and people going, I don't know how you do the fur. And it's like, she did a lot of strokes. There is a lot of layering. There is not this one iota color. It's building up. And trying to see that is great. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that's why I wanted to go slow with this. This was coming from my head. This isn't from anything that I looked at and went, oh, okay, here we go. This is what it is. No, I didn't use any reference photos. This was just out of my head. And I went, I'm amazed at how well I did. Okay. I will say that. Could have been a little better. Yeah. But that's just me going, I could have done this, I could have done that. But you know what? I'm okay with it. This is okay. Because it's the first thing that ever came out of my head that I just sat there. Yeah. True, and yeah. And so for me, it's like growing up having a brother who literally could draw. And when I say draw, I mean he paused the TV, put it on the screen, it'd be on the TV screen, he'd sit there and draw it away. And it was exact. I mean, perfect. And see, it's hard for me to say I'm an artist. That was the hardest thing for me to ever say. I know Andy gives me shit for it. You're not a beginner. Stop saying you're a beginner. You're not a beginner. But, it's hard for somebody who, myself, okay, grew up, and when it came down to it, I was pessimist. I always saw the negative. I never saw the positive. I do follow, the ones that we have been finding that you've been, I've been following them because when I told you, I said, you need to go see her Twitch. You need to go see, because she had some beautiful work. Yeah, and it's hard for me to see that at times. So I'm trying to get better. I am trying to get better. I am trying to not say I'm just a beginner, or I am not, I play, I'm not really an artist, ... Okay? I really do try now to look at it. Yeah, and I even asked Andy, I said, do I have to have a style? And she's like, no. Because you got people saying, oh, you have a style. And Andy goes, you don't. You don't need a style. You don't have to. Whatever you want. And that's what I love about Andy, is that Andy doesn't sit there and goes, oh, this is the style. Andy does her things very methodical. When she does her birds, she does any animal. Let's be honest, any animal. She does fur one by one. She does feathers one by one. I know she thinks, I don't know how you people watch me do this. It is so boring. I'm sitting there flinging and y'all watch this whole 9 yards. Why? Because we're intrigued. To see somebody put that much detail into a painting, and you see it. And you see it being built from almost nothing to absolutely realism, is like, wow. From a paper to a wash, to the first layer, to the second layer, to the third layer, to the fourth layer. For her lion, there's 5 layers of hair. Each one, 5 layers. And it was beautiful. I don't toot anybody's horn. To give you an idea, this is what I'm talking about. This here is 5 layers of hair. Okay? She had tape on this baby because this was the other lion. But this was that color. Okay? Now it's this. That was all yesterday. Okay? This is Andy's work. I don't toot it to just toot it. She does awesome work. It's like, I know Angie gets embarrassed when I toot my horn about Angie, Immortal Designs. She does bead work. Y'all seen some of her bead work. I don't toot anybody's horn because I want them to like me. No, I toot it because it's awesome. I look at it and go, gosh, that's why I joked and said, when I grow up, I want to be Andy. Because I loved Andy's art style. Yeah, I mean, I sit there and I go, oh, because it's absolutely gorgeous. And to see, I'm so happy she's streaming because now I get to see, because you saw paintings, okay? You didn't see her paint it. You saw the painting. And to see what she does and how she does it. Yeah, and see, and my brain was going, because you hear other people talking, oh, my style is this, my style is that, and it's just like, do I have to have a style? Yeah, yeah, yes, you can. I let you. But I mean, just to see and just going, I'm so glad she did. I'm so glad she decided, we, yeah, I fully admit, yeah, I conned her into streaming because I wanted to see her work. I seen her work. It's like, how do you do it? And to see her do it, and to see her bring it from paper to wash to building, just layer upon layer upon layer. I never thought about layers until she did it. Then it was like, oh, so that's what you do. Yeah, see, I mean, that's the whole thing. To see that. It's like when I tell people about bullet journals, I sit there and, you know, people might think, well, Andy should have like something creative. No, she has minimalistic. That works for her. That's great. That's her style when it comes to bullet journal. It's minimalistic. That's what works for her. That's what she should always work with. The only time I will tell you you are doing crap with the bullet journal is when you're doing a style that everybody is, it's the in thing to do, and it's not helping you with your planning. You're just doing it to be part of the in crowd. I don't do it. I do this because I enjoy making something different. I like the color. I love black and white. Those are my favorite colors. However, when it comes down to a bullet journal, I knew I wouldn't touch it if I was in just black and white and did the minimalistic stuff. I couldn't do it. It wouldn't interest me. So that's why when I do a bullet journal, I don't care that I make mistakes. I don't care that, oh, well, I messed up here. So what? This is my bullet journal. I have to plan in it, and it works for me. And for me, it's workable. It looks like it's lived in. It's not fictitious. It's not fake. It's not trying to emulate what everybody else is emulating. I could care less what people think. I want to work with what I work with. That's why I never tell Andy, because when she was doing the 20s, I'm going, Art Deco and because I would, because she likes doing her art. Her bullet journal is a planner, period. It doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need to do things. But she tried it, and she found, nah. And that's A-okay. To me, that's cool. Andy's bullet journal is just as cool as mine. Why? Because Andy's is working for hers. Yeah, I mean, that's great. But you couldn't keep doing those deco things all the time. It'll drive you crazy. That's why I always say, play with your bullet journal. Do different things. Try different things out so you can sit there and go, okay, this didn't work. Next week, I'll try something different. That's what I love about the bullet journal. It doesn't have to be the same old, same old. You know, this whole thing, oh my Lord. I have done the habit tracker different. I've done my sleeps. You know, I love doing this now with the running weekly. I prefer that now. That is one of the things I absolutely love doing. I enjoyed doing this. This was fun. This was something totally different, something totally crazy, and it was like, yeah, I'm gonna have some fun with it. You know, and so here I am. I'm sitting here going, wow, all this stickers, making stuff. I enjoy this. This is fun. Stickers. Were my mushrooms great? No. But you know what? I don't care. They were fun to do. I enjoyed doing the drawings of these guys. I mean, come on. That was fun. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. Whatever works for you is what works for you. Like I said, Andy does minimalistic. I almost came close. I was sitting there looking at what Andy did, and she's like, yeah, here, I've got all my trackers for all the different things. And I almost came close and sat there and went, what are you thinking, April? You don't need to do that in your collection. You're tracking it here. You're tracking it in there. You know, you don't need to do that. But, I mean, I get to play around and do different things, you know? It's like, okay, here's... So, I mean, it's just the fun of doing things and trying to figure out what you like and what... And it's like... Okay. Tiny, you're going to freak out. I have this, okay? This is a happy planner. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planners in it. This is a Franken Planner. It has 3 months. It has the prior, the current, and the next month. This is where I do my scriptures. This is my fitness, which I basically put the different things, like if I get Green Man, my steps, my sleep. It's basically this one. This one, I haven't been using much, and I really should. This is my social media planner, which on my YouTube channel, you'll see every Saturday this gets done. This video pops up. And I do that. This one is where I plan things. We'll use this one, for example, where I do all the videos that are supposed to come out. I can't show you next week's because those videos are planned out. Arts, you know, whole 9 yards. And then this one was supposed to be finances. Yeah, see, and that's the whole thing, is that you're learning how to do certain things. So next year, in all honesty, I'm thinking a bigger planner. The big, not the classic. This is a classic happy planner. I'm tempted to do a classic, a big size. I don't think I would do it for the social media, okay? Social media, not so much. But for some other stuff, and coming around and getting off of certain things, yeah, definitely. So when it comes down to it, I've got a ton of things that I got in my mind. Oh, and I have a reading bullet journal that I started because I said this year I'm going to start back in reading. And I'm finding that I love reading. And if you haven't any clue, Andy, you want to see the book that I'm reading? Well, see, the big one would be for certain things. I would not use it as my social media planner. That I would never do. I had some other ideas. This is the next book in the series that I've just read, finished in 4 days. That's how far the book is. How far I'm into the book. And this is 801 pages, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm learning. 801 pages. And this is where I'm at. Yeah. This is actually the second book in the series. It came out last month. This is a library. What new ebook? I'm curious. So I'm reading this. I have up until the 31st of the month to get it read. I believe I'll make it. I'll be able to finish that. I figure maybe next week. And then I got 2 other books. But that will be part of. I've already got 2 books done on the roll of readathon. Yeah, and I've had the book since the 17th. So I started on the 17th. Not bad. I have to say, the other one I read much faster. I don't know why. But yeah. And then I got your book. So I think there's going to be a lot of changes. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to try Tuesdays art, Thursdays makers and crafters. Because it's going to be a while before I get this tiny, I don't know if you know this, I got a latch hook kit. And this is not a small kit, as you see. And this is, yeah. So, yeah, mine is 801 pages. Well, it's okay, sweetie. It is okay. It is fine. Okay? It is absolutely fine. All right? It is a-okay. Absolute book. Huh. Absolute book of what? Really? Did I actually make it? Yeah, I did. So much. How about a... Wait. I know that, sweetheart. I know. I have something that I'm supposed to be sending to Andy. Have I sent it out yet? No. Okay. So, don't feel bad. Don't worry. I know. I understand. I get it. God knows I get it. Oh, yep. I've never heard of this thing. Okay, hold on. I don't know that one. Ah, it's a fantasy book. Okay. Can we get Goodreads? Thank you. Okay, let's see here. Oh, you talk about some interesting. There's a row, yes. You've been busy. Interesting. Not bad. The King Romeo has. Do not give him that. Oh, good grief. He will have a big head. He's already got a big enough head. Don't give him any more big head. Yay! And it finally popped up even after I've already put it in the book. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen. But, hey! Shyla, how you doing, sweetie? No, that's not 2 lines. I've already wrote you down as a sub. And just in case you thought I was joking, here. See, I already knew you subbed. And then I got to a host. And let's get into. So, let's make sure that I am writing this right. Thank you for the raid. Oh yeah, the notebook. I have. Oh, Tiny, you haven't been around for the notebook, have you? You haven't been around for the notebook. The notebook I took from Andy. Part of it. I will fix. I agree with you, Andy, that I need to fix some of the stuff. But what happens is that if you raid, sub, follow, bits, host, raids. Yeah, I got this idea from Andy. Okay, I started this on the beginning of this year. I decided to do everything. How you doing, sweetie? How was your stream? When the book gets filled, in other words, all the way here, I do a 12-hour stream. I'm not like Andy. I will refuse to do a 24-hour stream. She wants me to do a 24-hour stream. I said, no, 12. And I wrote it in the book as 12. 12-hour stream. I'm not doing a 24-hour stream. Even though I haven't been sleeping worth a crap for the past few days. You know. We've been talking about different things. Everything from bullet journals, which I just finished. That, as you see, Mr. Romeo's here, and he's got to be the thing of the show. Yeah. Oh, and bits. Don't forget bits. Bits. So if I get bits, I get subs, I get follows, I get hosts, I get rated. The only catch is, now, Tiny, here's the thing, and I don't think you're around for this. Twitch has Twitch decided to be twitchy. And people were noticing that people who were hosting weren't popping up. We weren't getting the thing like we used to, where you would get the thing saying, oh, you know, such and such is hosting you. Yeah, that's not happening anymore, because Twitch decided that the only time that that should pop up, that it would be notified if they have 3 or more people watching your host. That's called a raid. That's not a host. Most people who host is just one person, because they're just hosting from their thing. So that's the reason why people's hosts are not popping up. It's because most of the time, you don't have 3 people watching your host. You're not even on. That's called a raid. But that's Twitch for you. And I think that was stupid. That was absolutely dumb. But I don't run them. And so you'll find that I will raid Andy every time on her streams, so she knows that I am hosting her, because a raid and a host is the same thing. Of course, I go to my channel, just sit there, do the raid thing, let it pop up, click, and then I'm already in her background. When it pops up and says, I'm raiding, I'm like, yep. Hi, Andy. You want to know how to raid? Are you on a phone? Now that I don't know. So I know how to do it on a computer. I don't know how to do it on a phone. Give me a second. Of course, it won't let me because I'll have to do this tomorrow. Yeah, I can't tell you because right now I'm live. So I can't raid per se. Like, I know nothing. But what I can tell you, when I do from a computer, okay, is that I go to my channel, I go to the chat, in the chat box, I put slash raid space and then Andy's username. That's how I normally do it. And then it'll pop up, you know, after I hit enter, it pops up, it's, you know, gives this little thing, and then you wait, because it's going to ask you to, you know, it's going to give you a time to, so you're skipping all the ads, and then you just say raid now once you're able to raid. That's how I do it from the computer. Now, I know from a phone, if I'm not mistaken, because I think the only reason why I know this is because Digi showed it, is that from a phone you can host by basically there's give me a minute. Let's see here. For humor's sake, let's see if I'm okay. Okay. I'm live. Yeah, I know I'm live. My channel. Supposedly, we'll see what's going on here. Supposedly, nope. Supposedly, you're supposed to be able to do it somewhere in here for the host. I don't know, because I'm right now live. I can't answer that question. Now, if Andy was streaming, it would be a totally different matter. I could tell you. But I don't know, because I'm not there, you know? I can't host myself. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. So, that was one way you could host on a phone, was easy. On the computer, you literally have to go to your channel, to the chat box, slash host, and then the person's name. And that's how you host them. That's how you do it on a computer. I do most of my stuff on the computer. So, but yeah, hopefully I will be doing art on Tuesdays, Thursdays, makers and crafters, and of course Sundays is always the bullet journal. Andy will be so happy when I'm back to a normal schedule for her. Meaning her time and her the are you going? No, maybe. Do you know what you're doing? No? Okay. So here is week 12. And this is the last week that Andy will be on for 6:30 both Friday and Saturday for me. She'll be back to her 5:30 schedule next week because they do the time difference tomorrow. Okay. See you, girl. So, and then next week, I will be doing week 13 and then setting up for April. Month April. So, yeah. That should be interesting. And they came up with some ideas of ladybugs, butterflies, dragonflies, and fireflies. Or ladybugs, whichever way you call them. And then I'm going to have to move the ads to from a minute to a minute and 30. Sorry, folks. I thought the pre-roll ads would be okay after the minute. No. So, I'm like, dang. So I'm not really happy, but yeah, I'm going to have to go back to the minute and a half. Ah, there he is. And Andy rated. Da, 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 da. See? Andy's going, I'm good in the book again. Yep. The ad will be in 5 minutes. Or I should, yeah, 5 minutes now. It's every 30 minutes for me. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to have to jump it back up to a minute and 30 seconds. And yeah, and then the name of the stream. Yeah, that's, yeah. Surprise, surprise. Yep. So, that's how you do it on that. That's the only way I've been doing, getting you seeing me hosting you or something. That's all I'm doing is that, is a raid. Because it's not popping up. I thought because of they've got this little thing on the thing. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. It really is, because I'm sitting there going, most people, they host because they're not streaming, they're going to host their people. And why the hell Twitch thought this was a great idea to have 3 or more people? That's called a raid. That's not called hosting. Most people do not have someone watching their channel waiting for them to host somebody. They don't. But in Twitch's infamous wisdom, they thought this would be a great idea. And you want to go, no, it wasn't. Just, So, yeah, if it's a big, but I mean, come on, most people most people, even most of the big ones, they're not sitting. Not many people are going to be what they've got so many other people to watch. But just the normal, average days people like ourselves. Okay, what's going on? You know, it's stupid. The host should have been left alone. Raids, I understand. Host, leave it alone. But what do I know? The things we could say about them. Go figure. So, this week is going to be kind of interesting. Really? I didn't know if you had it on. How about that? Like I said, it's stupid. Because the rest of us who are just average that want to host people, but, I guess some partner or somebody got pissed off and was getting sick of people hosting, one host, and just got that. That's cool. It's interesting the people we find and all that. So yeah. So this week is going to be interesting. Like I said, art on that, which whoops, wrong one. You would think I would keep this up in the background. No, I didn't. So I will be working on this Tuesday the elephant part. I don't know if I'll get to the bird on Tuesday, but I will be working this part because I need to finish. The elephant's not finished. I just started. I did the background in watercolor, and then I decided, well, since I'm here and I'm still having fun, I might as well start the acrylic. And this is I wanted to make sure the elephant was the same color all the way across. So I think I'm done with the trunk part here. And with these two pictures, if they were in frames, once they're done, this picture would be higher up than this one because the trunk is coming up like so, to show the difference between the big and small. This is a challenge that I created for myself. Anybody who wants to join it, they can. It's the Young Art Challenge on Insta. And so far, I'm the only one who has done it. I have, Poison Fresh, Sexy gross. I do love my gross. Andy didn't find this any surprise on that. But this is the start of that was the elephant, that's the bird part, that was the elephant part, and then here's the painting part. So that's what I'll be working on Tuesday. And then Thursday, yay me, I'll be working on this baby, which will take me a while. But I think this is going to be fun. I've been enjoying doing this. Latch hook. And this is what it's going to look like at the end. So far, I think it's smart to work from the bottom up for a latch hook. Unlike like a diamond painting or something like that, the latch hooks I think would be best to work from bottom to top. Okay, not a problem, because I'm about to end. Anybody got any questions, comments, or concerns? Because I've been on for 2 hours. We've been really having fun talking. This will be moved over to my YouTube channel for those of you who are on my YouTube channel. Oops, I'm sorry you weren't here. So, and then ads in progress. Tiny can't hear me and neither can Philip. Ah, that's great. Okay. All right. For those who didn't know, I am actually going to be ending this. Any comments, questions, or concerns? Sorry, I didn't realize the ad was on when I said that. Go figure. I wasn't paying attention. Because I've been on for 2 hours. And I'm moving this over to my YouTube channel. Andy, you're going to be pissed when you find out I got another subscription boxes. But it's going to be interesting, I think. I'm glad to see you, Tiny. It's been a while, sweetie. It has been a while, so I've been worried. But, yeah. So, since there's no comments, questions, or concerns, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the raids. And I'm glad you made the stream too. Hopefully, Tiny, you might be able to... Well, no, I don't think you'll be able to catch me on... Well, maybe. I'm on at 3 p.m. my time. It's 12-hour difference, I believe. So, I don't know if you're up at 3 a.m. your time the next day. So, you might be able to see the art. I don't know. If not that, you might be able to see the latch hook. Always have music playing in the background, so you can always do that. Till then, I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. Love ya.